Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss error analysis. Let us read the numerical. The power in a 3-phase 3-wire load is measured using 200 watt full scale wattmeters W1 and W2. So it is like a measurement of power in a 3-phase 3-wire. Okay, while discussing the power measurement, we are going to discuss how to measure the power by using a 2 wattmeter method. Okay, so next, W1 is of accuracy class plus minus 1%. Accuracy of the W1 they have given and reads 100 watt. W2 is of accuracy class plus minus 0.5% and reads minus 50 watt. Find the uncertainty. Uncertainty means it is a maximum error only, okay, in the computation of total power. Okay, so our task is to find the maximum possible error. So now in a 2 wattmeter method, in 2 wattmeter method, total power W, total power W is equal to W1 plus W2. Okay, next reading of the first wattmeter, W1 is equal to, it is given 100 watt. W2 it is given minus 50 watt. Okay, so therefore can we find the true power? True power is equal to, let us consider it as W true is equal to 100 minus 50. Okay, so 100 minus 50, it is a 50 watt. This is the true power. Okay, now in order to find the error, we need to find the measured power also. Okay, so next, maximum error. Okay, so W is equal to W1 plus W2 we are having. Okay, so in order to find maximum error, here we need to find the highest possible value of W, which is equal to yes W1 plus yes 1% of, because W will be high when W1 plus W2 this will be at a high value. Okay, but out of that W2 is negative. Okay, W1 is positive. Okay, so I'm writing it as W1, that is a reading, plus 1% of 100, that is a full scale reading, that is a 100. Okay, plus W2 is negative. Okay, so ultimately it will be like minus will come here. Okay, so here we need to write W2 minus, we need to consider it as a minus, okay, 0.5%. so it is a 0.05, okay, 0.05 into 100 into 100, because full scale reading is 100. 0.5%, sorry, 0.5% of 100, so it will be like 0.5% of 100. So ultimately we can write it as is equal to, just highest value of W1 is 100 plus 1 by 100 into 100. This is the W1. Okay, plus W2 is negative, so it is a minus 50. Okay, minus 0.5 by 100 into 100. Okay, so therefore it will be like, yes, reading of W2 is minus 50. Okay, so here we need to minimize this term. Okay, sorry, we need to maximize this term. Okay, so here it should be plus, here it should be plus W2 plus W2, because we are interested in getting maximum value of W. Okay, so here is equal to, we can write 100 plus 1, that is a 101, plus here it is 0.5 minus 50, that is minus 49.5. Okay, so this is a W high, which is equal to, we can write 101 minus 49.5, 51.5. This is the highest possible value of W. Similarly, we can find W low or the W lowest. Okay, so for that case, in that case we need to put here minus, here also we need to put the minus. Okay, so next, therefore percentage maximum error, which is equal to uncertainty, okay, is equal to, yes, measured value, that is a 51.5, minus true value, that is a 50, divided by true value 50 into 100. So it is like 1.5 upon 50 into 100. Okay, we can write, yes, 3%. It will be plus 3%. Similarly, if we find W low, okay, lowest possible, and if we find the error, we'll be getting the minus 3%. Okay, so final answer will be plus or minus 3%. Plus or minus 3%. Okay, so if you check the options, the correct option is option D, right? So here we are interested in finding the maximum possible error. Okay, so in order to get the maximum possible error, the measured value of power, yes, it should be at highest value, right? So then and only then we will be getting the maximum error. Okay, so this is about the numerical number 6. In the next video we are going to discuss the numerical number 7. Let us read the numerical. A moving coil voltmeter has a uniform scale with 100 divisions. Okay, the full scale reading is 200 volt, and 1/10th of a scale division can be estimated with a fair degree of accuracy. The resolution of the instrument is, and they have given the 4 options. Okay, very straightforward question they have asked. Here we are having a scale, right? Next, this scale is divided into 100 divisions. Suppose this is the first, second, third, likewise this will be the 100th, this will be the 99th. Okay, so it is like, and reading is 0 to 200 volt, so it is a 0 volt, this will be 200 volt. Okay, so 0 volt to 200 volt is divided into 100 divisions, right? So each division will be of 2 volt, so it is 2 volt, 4 volt, 6 volt, likewise here it is a 198 volt. Okay, next again it is given that 1/10th of a scale division can be estimated. Okay, so again each division is divided into 10 subdivisions. Okay, so here we are having 10 subdivisions, right? So if you check, 0 to 2 volt is means each 2 volt division is divided into 10 subdivisions. Okay, so therefore can we say that 0 to 2 volt, that is a 2 volt division, is divided into 10 sub parts. So therefore each sub part will be of 0.2 volt, right? So therefore we can write resolution, yes, is equal to 2 divided by 0 to 2, each division is of 2 volt, divided by 10, so it is a 0.2 volt, right? So final answer is option B. Is this clear? Very simple question. This is about the numerical number 7. In the next video we are going to discuss the numerical number 8. Let us read the numerical. A 200 volt PMMC voltmeter is specified to be accurate within plus minus 2% of full scale. So it is like a guaranteed accuracy error they have given. The limiting error when the instrument is used to measure a voltage of 100 volt is, and they have given the 4 options. Okay, now can we find the error is equal to plus minus 2% of full scale. What is full scale? It is a 200. So can we write it as plus minus 2 by 100 into 200, right? So it will be equal to plus or minus 4 volt. Okay, this is the error. Now what is the percentage limiting error? Therefore percentage limiting error while measuring 100 volt, the meaning is when measuring 100 volt, the meter will show the reading between 100 plus or minus 4 volt, that is from 100 minus 4 to the 100 plus 4, that is in between 96 to 104 volt, instrument will show the reading. Okay, so percentage limiting error is equal to this error divided by true value into 100 into 100. Okay, so it is equal to plus or minus 4 divided by what is true value, 100 into 100. So can we say that it is equal to plus or minus 4%? Yes, it is equal to plus or minus 4%. Okay, so final answer is option B. Okay, this is about the numerical number 8. In the next video, we are going to discuss the numerical number 9. Let us read the numerical. The current flowing through the resistor R is as indicated in the given figure. So this is the current they have given, and here it is a resistor. The computed value of power is, okay, very straightforward question. The power they have asked, okay, in terms of just like a limiting error they have asked. Okay, so here, as we know, the power in case of resistor is equal to I square into R. Okay, so can we write the power maximum value of power, yes, is equal to, is power will be at maximum value when current and resistor both will be at its maximum value. Okay, so what is the maximum value of current? It is a 2 plus 0.02, where into what is the maximum value of resistor, 100 plus 0.2. Okay, so can we write it is equal to 2.02, where into 100.2, right? So it is a 408.85 watt. This is the maximum value of power. Similarly, can we find the minimum value of power? Yes, it is when current is minimum, resistor is also minimum. Okay, so we can write it as 2 minus 0.02. Current minimum value is 2 minus 0.02. Okay, where into resistor minimum value is 100 minus 0.2. 100 minus 0.2. So can we write it is equal to 2 minus 0.02, where into 100 minus 0.2. So it is 391.25. This is the P mean. So can we write, yes, therefore power is equal to, yes, it is varying in between maximum and the minimum. So in terms, we can write it as 400, right, plus or minus 8.85 watt. You can check 400 plus or minus 8.85. Okay, so you will be getting these values only, Pmin and Pmax. Okay, so what is the final answer? Correct answer is option C. This is about the question number 9. Okay, in the next video we are going to discuss the question number 10. Let us read the numerical. Two resistors, R1 is equal to 36 ohms and R2 is equal to 75 ohms, each having tolerance of plus minus 5%, are connected in series. The value of resultant resistance will be, okay, so they have asked the range of resultant resistance. So here we are having two resistors, R1 is equal to 36 ohm and R2 is equal to 75 ohm. Okay, these two are connected in series. So what is the resultant resistance? I am writing it as R equivalent, yes, is equal to R1 plus R2. Okay, so we can write R or maximum value of R equivalent, that is nothing but the resultant resistance maximum value. Okay, is equal to, we can write here it is R1 plus R2. So the equivalent resistance will be at its maximum value when R1 is at maximum as well as R2 will be at its maximum value. Okay, so R1 will be at maximum value when when this tolerance is at, yes, plus 5% level. Okay, so it is R1 plus 5% of R1, that is a 36. Okay, plus R2, it is a R2 plus, again it is a 5% of, yes, what is the value, 75. Okay, so from this we can write it is a 36 plus 5 by 100 into 36 this is the one, plus what is R2? 75 plus 5 by 100 into 75. Okay, so from this we can write it is equal to 36 plus 5 by 100 into 36, right, plus 75 plus 5 by 100 into 75. It is 116.55. Okay, so we can write it as 116.55 ohm. This is the maximum possible value. Similarly, can we find minimum value of R equivalent? Yes, we can write minimum R equivalent. Therefore, minimum R equivalent, yes, is equal to R1 minus, now instead of plus here it will be minus 5% of R1 value, that is a 36, plus R2 minus 5% of 75, that is the value of R2. So it is 36 minus 5 by 100 into 36 plus 75 minus 5 by 100 into 75. So from this, if we check, it is 36 minus 5 by 100 into 36 plus 75 minus 5 by 100 into 75. It is 105.45 ohm. Okay, so if you check our maximum value and the minimum value, we can represent it in form 111 plus or minus 5.55. You can check 111 plus 5.55, it will be like a maximum value. 111 minus 5.55, it will be like a this value. Okay, minimum value. Okay, so final answer is option C. This is about the numerical number 10. In the next video, we are going to discuss the numerical number 11. Let us read the question. Consider the ammeter voltmeter method of determining the value of the resistance capital R. Okay, so this is the unknown resistance, and for that we are using this ammeter voltmeter method. Okay, next, the maximum possible errors of the voltmeter and ammeter are 1% and 2% of their readings respectively. Neglecting the effects of meter resistances, the maximum possible percentage error in the value of capital R determined from the measurements is. Okay, so again this is the question in which they have asked the maximum possible percentage error. This type of questions we already solved. Okay, so now this is the voltmeter ammeter method or ammeter voltmeter method. According to this method, the resistance R is equal to voltmeter reading divided by ammeter reading Let us consider the true value of voltmeter. True value of voltage is equal to V. That is voltage nothing but voltage across R. Okay, true value of voltage across R. True value of voltage across R, capital R, is equal to V, and true value of current through, true value of current flowing through, current through R is equal to capital I. Okay, so V is the true voltage, actual voltage, and I is the actual current. Okay, so therefore can we find the true value of R, that is the R true value of resistor is equal to what? V by I. This is the true value, right? Next, now for finding the maximum error. Okay, so now for finding maximum possible error, okay, as we know, yes, so R measured is equal to what? Voltmeter reading divided by ammeter reading. Voltmeter reading or maximum possible voltmeter reading, right? Maximum possible voltmeter reading divided by minimum possible ammeter reading, because current is in denominator. Okay, so it is maximum possible voltmeter reading divided by minimum possible ammeter reading, right? Minimum possible ammeter reading. Okay, so now it is given that the voltmeter is having a error of 1%, ammeter is having a error of 2%. So we can write, so my maximum possible voltmeter reading and minimum possible ammeter reading. So what is the maximum possible voltmeter reading? It is a true value plus error, positive error. Okay, so it is a 1% of V divided by, in terms of current, here we require minimum, so that's why it should be minus, and error is 2% of current, that is a true value. So we can write it as V plus 1 by 100 into V divided by I minus 2 by 100 into I. So now we can simplify it as, so is equal to V plus 1 by 100, so it is a 0.01, so it is like 1.01 into V divided by I minus 2 by 100. Okay, so it is like 1 minus 0.02, 0.98 into I. Okay, so it is like 1.01 divided by 0.98 into V by I. Okay, 1.01 divided by 0.98, so it is a 1.03 into V by I. This is a R measured, right? So therefore error, maximum possible error, we can write, therefore maximum error or maximum possible error is equal to measured value minus true value. So it is a 1.03 into V by I. This is a measured value, minus true value is V by I divided by true value, it is a V by I into 100 if we want in percentage. Okay, so we can take V by I outside. Okay, so therefore it is V by I into, it is 1.03 minus 1, so it is a 0.03 divided by, here it is V by I again. Okay, into 100 as it is. This V by I will get cancelled, so it is like 3%. So maximum error is 3%, right? So this R measured is nothing but maximum measured value, maximum resistance. Okay, so, or maximum possible R measured, you can put maximum possible R measured. Okay, so final answer is 3%. Okay, so this is about the question number 11. In the next video, we are going to discuss the question number 12. Let us read the numerical. The manufacturers providing 4 meters with labeling their accuracies. The manufacturer has mentioned the accuracies. Meter A with accuracy plus minus 1%. Meter B with accuracy plus minus 98%. Meter C with accuracy 99%. Meter D with accuracy 1%. Among the given above meters, the high accurate meters are, and they have given the options. So if you check, the meter A is having an accuracy of plus minus 1%. So when plus and minus mentioned there, so it is like a guaranteed accuracy error they have given. The error is 1%, and in the meter B, the error is plus minus 98%. So if error is 98%, so whether the accuracy is high? No. So meter B is not the most accurate. Okay, whereas meter A is having a plus minus 1% error only, right? It is mentioned in terms of guaranteed accuracy error. Okay, so meter A is a having a highest accuracy. Next, if you check C and D, accuracy is 99% and here accuracy is 1%. Okay, so accuracy is 99%, is it is a directly, they have mentioned, directly specified the accuracy. Okay, it is not in terms of error, be careful, it is mentioned directly in terms of accuracy. Okay, and if accuracy is 1%, means meter is not most accurate. Okay, so if you check the 4 options, meter A and meter C, these two are the meters which are having the highest accuracy. Is this clear? Are you getting the point? Okay. So meter A and meter C, these are the most accurate meters. So this is about the numerical number 12. And here we have finished the chapter number 1. Okay. Chapter number 1 is error analysis. Okay. We have started with the static characteristics, what is the error, types of the errors, and numericals we have discussed. Okay. Also we have discussed the dynamic characteristics as well. In the next video, we are going to start the second chapter. Thank you.